Motor manufacturers, vacuum cleaner makers, and Formula One racing teams aren't companies ordinarily associated with medical equipment. But they've been drafted into the coronavirus supply chain because the simple fact is, the world needs more ventilators. According to the World Health Organization, 1 in 6 people with COVID-19 becomes seriously ill and develops breathing difficulties. In severe cases, the virus causes damage to the lungs and breathing becomes impossible. In those cases, patients need ventilators. Ventilators control the oxygen and airflow to patients' lungs, supporting them while they can't do their work. There are 2 ways doctors can help patients to breathe. Those with milder symptoms may be put on non-invasive ventilation. Face masks, nasal masks or mouthpieces are used to push pressurized air or a mixture of gases into the lungs. In these cases, a tube is not inserted into patients' windpipes. However, critical COVID-19 patients require high-end mechanical ventilators. They provide extra oxygen and keep patients' lungs pumping when they fill with liquid because of COVID-19. They often need to be on machines for 2 weeks. According to analysis by data and analytics company Global Data, 880,000 more ventilators are needed globally due to the coronavirus outbreak. But ventilators need to be extremely reliable, because if they fail, the patient is likely to die. Several companies, including Ford, GM, Toyota and Tesla, have shut down their car production lines and teamed up with ventilator manufacturers to help them increase their production. Ford and GE Healthcare plan to produce 50,000 medical ventilators within 100 days. Vacuum cleaner Dyson became the first in the UK to build an entirely new ventilator. The firm did it in 10 days after owner James Dyson received a call from Prime Minister Boris Johnson. Dyson calls its design Covent and will produce 10,000 for the National Health Service. A consortium of 14 firms, including Airbus and Rolls-Royce, has a formal order for a further 10,000 ventilators. And 7 Formula One teams, including Aston Martin, Mercedes-AMG and Renault, also say they're working on multiple ventilator projects. Other countries have also started to produce their own ventilators for the first time. Turkey unveiled a prototype for its first domestically produced ventilator. It was designed by the country's leading drone manufacturer, Baykar. It hopes to deliver 5,000 ventilators to the Health Ministry over the next 2 months. And last week, California-based fuel cell maker Bloom Energy said it would go into the repair business. Since then, a company that knew nothing about ventilators has fixed more than 400 of them, with hundreds more on the way.
We've noticed that there was a pretty high demand for ventilators, and the state reached out to us and said, one of the ways perhaps you guys can help us is that we've got a lot of ventilators that have been sitting around since about 2011. Technically they're not fit for use in the current state, but maybe you guys can fix them, get them up to specification such that we can deploy them for use, amid this crisis.
Countries have told people to stay home to reduce coronavirus infections and the strain on hospitals. But at this point, not everyone who needs a ventilator has been able to get one. Many have died as a result. But as production is ramped up, companies are hoping to give patients a lot more breathing room to get better.